Hey there, everybody! Do you love to travel and learn about new places? Great, then you are in the right place. Join Jasmine the cat and Gracie the tortoise as they have fun traveling the beautiful United States and learning lots of cool new facts.
Bonjour, friends. That's French for hello. It's Jasmine, the jazzy gray cat, here with my bestie Gracie, the super smart tortoise. Say hi, Gracie.
Greetings, my good friends. Gracie here. Are you ready to go with us as we continue to explore Canada?
I sure am, Gracie. I had a wonderful time in the Maritime provinces, and now I want to see more.
Let's review. Canada is the second largest country in the world. The land of Canada covers more than half of the northern hemisphere. From east coast to west coast, the country is more than 4,700 miles long. Although it's a large country, because much of the land has very cold weather, it does not have a large population of people living here.
Right, because parts of Canada are close to or part of the Arctic. I also recall that the capital of the whole country is Ottawa. When people shop, they spend Canadian dollars. I'm going to have to get some. The flag is easy to remember. It's red and white with a red maple leaf on it.
I like your research, Jasmine. Just like the United States, Canada is a nation made up of people from many different places. The First Nations people were here first, along with the Inuit people of the Arctic regions. Next came the British and the French, and now people from all over the world love living in Canada.
People from many different places living and working together is called a melting pot because they're all mixed up together and learn from each other. Where to this week?
This week, we're going to be exploring Quebec. Quebec is the largest in size of all the Canadian provinces and is a little different from the other provinces because most of the people here are French rather than English. So it's no surprise that French is the main language, although you'll still hear English spoken. Quebec City, which is by the St. Lawrence River, is the capital. Another important city in Quebec is Montreal. It's the second biggest city in Canada and is located on an island in the St. Lawrence River. Most people live here in this area of Quebec.
Ooh, a city on an island! I am glad that both French and English are spoken because although French is a beautiful language, I can only speak a few words, like beau chat. Do you know what that means?
Beau chat. Let me think. It wouldn't happen to mean beautiful cat, would it?
Why, thank you for the compliment, Gracie. Quebec is also famous for its maple sugar. We'll have to get some.
First, we have to get there. Over to the map and find Quebec.
I see it. Quebec is in the eastern part of Canada and is by the provinces of Ontario, New Brunswick, and Newfoundland and Labrador, and the states of Vermont, New York, New Hampshire, and Maine. I am ready. Bon voyage, Gracie. That's French for good luck and have a great trip.
Quebec City, or Quebec as it is also called, is our first stop. Settled in 1608, it's one of North America's oldest cities. Old Town Quebec is just bursting with history.
Just your thing, Gracie. Let's start in the upper town. Look at the walls in the fortress.
Old Quebec is the only walled city left in North America. How about a stroll on top of the walls? I see the Citadel de Quebec. The fort was built to protect the city. We're so lucky. We're here just at the time of the changing of the guard. That's when the soldiers who have been working here leave and new ones take their place. Look how they march in such nice straight lines. And they look so official in their red coats and tall black hats.
They sure do. Marching in a line can be tough work. If you stumble, you might knock everybody down. But you know what? Those hats that they're wearing look like they would be heavy. Gracie, look at that pretty red castle on the hill.
You see the Chateau Frontenac. It is a famous hotel, and chateau is the French word for palace.
It sure does look like a beautiful palace. And if we didn't have our cute blue camper, I would stay there. It is beauteous.
We may not be staying at the chateau, but let's go under the Dufferin Terrace for the Under the Terrace tour. The chateau was built on top of the building called Chateau St. Louis. Now this area is a museum and an archaeological site where archaeologists have found objects that have been buried for years. We can explore the outbuildings and see what life was like from 1620 to 1834.
Ooh, we're going underground. What is this big hole in the ground for? A swimming pool?
Not quite. It's called an ice house. Before we had refrigerators, things were kept cool in ice boxes using big blocks of ice. Until the ice was needed for the ice box, it was kept in big pits underground so that it wouldn't melt.
That was a super cool tour. Onward! To get to the lower town, we need to take the funicular train. Whee! Ooh, this cable car ride is fun. Wow! These streets are bumpy because they're made from stones called cobblestones. They're fun to walk on. Oh my gosh, Gracie! This alley has umbrellas hanging above it. Lots of them. I love it. It's like a colorful rainbow up above us, and if it rains, we won't get wet.
The umbrellas do add a whimsical touch. I'm excited to be here at the Plains of Abraham Park. This area was a battlefield during the French and Indian War in 1759. The French lost the battle to the British and also the war. This meant that Quebec became part of the English holdings in North America.
It's a nice park, Gracie. I'm glad there's no fighting here now. Quebec City was lots of fun to explore, but now I'm hungry. Let's have some poutine. It's a very popular dish that comes from Quebec. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? Poutine is French fries with cheese curds and gravy. I don't know. I'm not sure that I want to try it, but I will. Wow, it's yummy. Never heard of cheese curds before, but I like 'em.
I'm proud of you, Jazzy. You tried something new and you liked it. Cheese curds are really just small pieces of cheese. Enough city travel. We're headed off to Mount Morency Falls.
Gracie, these falls are huge. Did you know they're 272 feet tall? That's even bigger than Niagara Falls by 99 feet. Up here on the suspension bridge, it looks really far down to the bottom. Oh no, I'm getting misted from the water. It tickles.
Me too, Jasmine. In the winter, the mist freezes at the bottom of the falls and is called sugarloaf. Ice climbers also like to climb up the frozen falls in the winter.
I'm really glad we came here. Hey, let's stop here in this forest of maple trees. I want to get some maple syrup. Canada's trees give us lots and lots of syrup, the most in the world.
Jasmine, I know you enjoy maple syrup, but this is not the right time of year to harvest the sap. Maple syrup is collected from maple trees in late spring, just before the snow melts. After the sap is collected, it's boiled down and becomes the delicious syrup we love on pancakes. In the sugar shacks or log cabins near the trees, people get together for celebrations and lots of syrup. These celebrations are filled with music, sleigh riding, maple syrup making, and lots of foods like bacon, ham, eggs, pancakes, and maple baked beans.
That sounds like lots of fun and delicious. First Nations people were the first to make this yummy syrup. My favorite activity would be pouring maple syrup on the snow and then rolling up this cooled syrup to eat as candy. But since it isn't maple sugar time, we'll just have to take home some syrup and candy to eat later.
Superb idea, Jasmine. How about this jar of maple syrup that's shaped like a maple leaf and some maple sugar candy?
Super idea! I can have the syrup on my waffles and the candy for a treat. But for now, it's joke time. How about umbrella jokes for the umbrellas in Quebec City? Here goes. Why does Santa have a really big umbrella?
Because of all the snow showers?
Ooh, that was a good guess. But the answer is because of all the reindeer.
I should have known. Now, when does a detective carry an umbrella?
I know this one. When he's undercover. Ha ha. My favorite place was the Under the Tower tour and seeing the swimming pool for ice. How about you?
My favorite place was the Citadelle de Quebec and seeing the changing of the guard. How about you, friends? Don't forget to tell someone you love all about your favorite place.
And don't forget to come back next week to explore Ontario. Bye now. Au revoir. Say goodbye, Gracie.
Goodbye, my dear friends. See you next time.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining Jasmine and Gracie on their adventure today. Come back next week for the next one.
Hello, everybody. It's Gwen here. If you want to know more about the places we visited, just go to our website, jasmineandgracie.podbean.com, and go to the sources page, and you can find out all about the great places that we visited. See you next week. Bye-bye.